Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Ooh, let's cut me off, which will be annoying, but let's... Yay! Okay. Excellent. Okay, welcome to another Ask Me Anything stream. And today's affirmation is my life is going from good to better to best. Increasing prosperity is mine. My life is going from good to better to best. Increasing prosperity is mine. Okay, I'm Rosemary, Nonny, RNK. By the way, this is the Ask Me Anything live stream. Say hello as you come on board. Share it with someone else. Tag somebody else in. Today's question is all about, we're doing the Ask Me Anything thing. It's all about, partners, relationships, being married to someone who's being quite horrible, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But in the meantime, I'm Rosemary, Nonny, Prosperity Minister. Support you in leaving behind the stories, the sad stories of the past, and rising victorious in your true design. I believe your true design, plus everybody's true design on this planet, is to live prosperously in all areas of your life, whether it's relationships, health, wealth, as well as in the work that you do. The question is, will you claim it? Okay? Will you claim it? Will you claim it? If you'll claim it, I can support you in doing exactly that. The programs that I create, or everything that I do, is to support us all in living to the fullness of our potential, if we're willing. Are you willing? Okay, we're going to start by singing the affirmation. My life is going from good to better and to the best. My life is going from good to better and to the best. My life is going from good to better and to the best. Increasing prosperity is mine. You can see I just created this, right? Let's try that again. My life is going from good to better and to the best. My life is going from good to better and to the best. My life is going from good to better and to the best. Increasing prosperity is mine. That end bit, I'm not sure about it yet, but that's what it is. That is what it is. My life is going from good to better and to the best. Man, increasing prosperity is mine. Okay, I want you to affirm that over and over and over and over and over to yourself. I may tweak the end of that, basically, to make it more easy to sing it. However, just bear in mind the words. Your life is going from good to better and to the best. Even this question that came through to me, there's a whole lot of stuff that this person gave me, but I want to keep it anonymous. So I will only try and touch on different things. So that yeah, in case somebody knows the person, basically. Okay, so this is it. Our lives, there's a reason for this affirmation. Our lives are going from good to better to the best. Hello, Nakanti. Lovely to have you on here. It doesn't matter what is showing up in your current existence. What if you came from a place of always telling yourself that your life is always going from good to better to best? Always, regardless of what it's looking like. So like in this situation now, this person has been with a partner married to some person for about 2 years or so. They had no money to really, okay, without going into too much detail, I have to say, when I got married, my whole wedding maybe cost me less than 1,000, because at that point we didn't have no money. My ring, which I'm still wearing to this day, was 2 for 25 quid. Which, depending on where you are, you think, oh my gosh, and it's true. And for us, that wasn't the point. The point of having a big, expansive marriage, as well as the fact that my family wasn't into it. So my family did not come, apart from my siblings. Only my siblings came and my foster mother came, but none of my parents came. Just my church. My church people came, and there was like 200 of us. It was amazing. It was like the best day of my life, even though it was very cost efficient. Let's put it that way, basically. So starting off without that much money doesn't really matter, because here we are, we're coming up to 19 years? Yeah, we're coming up to 19 years this year, 3 amazing children, so it doesn't really matter how you start. And in fact, if anything, don't spend all your money on one day, for goodness sake. But anyway, no, that actually spend as much as you want. Frankly, spend as much as you want. As money is replaceable, so have as much as you want. At the time, I didn't think of things that way, so you know. But anyway, this person did get married 2 years ago. Also got pregnant. Unfortunately, it was a stillbirth, which was quite horrible. Things seemed to start going from bad to worse then. But then also the partner isn't is quite abusive verbally and possibly physically, and she's been grieving with the stillbirth, and is away from home, and he doesn't seem to be wanting her to come back or something from the looks of things. I don't know. I don't know all the detail, but that's the general gist of the thing here, that this partner is quite terrible. She's not sure what to do. To me, the answer is in the question. This person is being fairly terrible for whatever reason. I'm not sure why we as human beings, sometimes when people are trying to tell us what they're like, we don't pay attention to them. We have a vision of what we think they should be like and decide that they should be like that. They should be perfect. They should be amazing. They should be awesome. But they're showing us who they are. But we don't want to see who they are. And so we hold on. Maybe it's fear that if I let this go, I don't know that there'll be anybody else for me. Maybe it's fear that, oh, we got married in church and we can't get divorced. That's just a horrible thing. Maybe it's fear of being ostracized by family. Whatever it is. Or maybe, I don't even know. What is it? Because somebody's telling you by their actions exactly who they are. They're telling you who they are by their actions. Why do we choose not to see? As I said, it's usually fear. Some of y'all might be going through a situation like that. So I don't want to sound too horrible and hard. I know it's not always easy to make a decision to walk away from a relationship. But if someone has already walked away, what are you holding on to anyway? What is it that you're holding on to anyway? That is my opinion. Of course, it's just my opinion. I'm not in anybody's situation. I'm not speaking to anybody personally right now. But I am, from what the situation that's described in the message that's sent to me, it would seem to me that this person is telling you who they are. They're telling you that they don't want to be around you for whatever reason. Why hold on? Why hold on? Sometimes we try and find love in the wrong place. Even in the context of my husband and I absolutely adore my husband. He's loving towards me, supportive of everything that I do. I love him, I support him. All of that stuff, I would consider us to have a very good marriage. All of that. We still have our ups and downs, of course, and arguments here, there, and everywhere, every so often. That's fine, that's ups and downs, whatever. Even I don't feel like I need my husband, okay? The true love and affection that I crave, that I need as a human being, comes from my relationship with the divine. My fulfillment comes from my relationship with the divine. So in some ways, it doesn't even matter who is removed from my life. It doesn't mean that I don't at times feel really attached to things, but I notice that I'm really attached to someone. There's an air of desperation around it. And that is not healthy. And so then I check myself. I'm not pretending that it's always easy. I've had relationships where it hasn't been a healthy relationship. And I've known it. And I must admit, I'm not that person that's had many, many, many intimate relationships. No, really, my husband is really the only person I've had this kind of long-term relationship with. But when it talks about, even family, that some of the relationships were just not healthy. And then it's really hard to let go of those relationships. Not because they're horrible, but just because the relationship itself, the two of you are needing each other in a very unhealthy way. And I've had to almost realize that my source, even for love, for money, for fulfillment, for anything that I desire, is never another human being. It's never anything external to me. It is always the divine within me. But if you don't know this truth, and a lot of religious people, because unfortunately even this person said to me, I'm born again and Christ Jesus is Lord in my life, which I know because I was brought up that way, that is supposed to mean that God is our source. But it doesn't actually always mean that for most people, even though they would claim it with mouth. When it comes down to it, we start holding on to weird, crazy relationships with people that are hurting us, and we hold on because we don't really know our true source. We think our source is that person. But if you knew your true source, and that comes from cultivating a relationship with the divine, if you knew your true source, why would you hold on to something that is less than prosperous? Why would you allow anyone to steal your prosperity? And that's the crazy thing as well, because it won't just affect this relationship. One, when you're holding on to a weird relationship, there's no space for a good one to come into your life. Two, it starts affecting all other areas of your life. The chances are your finances won't be great. Chances are your health will probably not be great, because there'll be all the mental tension and all of that craziness going on. There'll be lots of stuff that it's just not working in your life because you're holding on to this situation when the person is telling you, hey, I'm just not into this relationship. Again, I know it's not easy, but even though it's not, can I say, as I said in the affirmation, your life is trying to go from good to better to best. But if you continue to hold on to crap, unfortunately, you're allowing nonsense into your life. And that isn't the way your life is supposed to be going. For some of you, it won't be an intimate relationship. It will be family, just extended family maybe. It might be a friendship that you're holding on to. I mean, I've had clients speaking to me about the fact that whenever I see this person, they undermine me without really, when someone says something kind of degrading to you, but says it with a smile on their face as if they don't realize that they're trying to hurt you. And so you think they're being friendly, but you also know that every time you leave that conversation with that person, that you feel somehow drained and yuck about yourself. And yet you keep this person kept throwing themselves into this relationship with this person, even though she knew that this person kept degrading her and undermining her. And I don't know why we do these things to ourselves, but we do. When somebody is telling you who they are, listen. Decide, do I want to be in this environment? Is this good for me? And I don't care what the rules say about whether you're supposed to be, you're married now, you have to be together forever. No. Honey, even God himself is not trying to curse you with being in a relationship where someone does not value you as a human being. I'm sorry. I don't care what your religious thing says. That's just a lie from the devil. If I believed in the devil. That is a lie from the pits of hell. If I believed in that either. But I don't really, but I just need you to understand just really what I'm saying here. It is a lie that the divine wants you to stay in a relationship where you're being harmed, emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. You are free to decide whether you want to stay there and keep being abused, because you might decide that you want to stay there. You're going to give it lots of love and energy because you connect to the divine and decide you're going to send to this partner of yours a heck of a lot of love, and maybe it will turn around if they're willing and open to that kind of love. So it doesn't even have to be a conversation. I do believe in the power of you being connected to the divine and being able to send love to whoever you want to send love to. And some people will receive it, some people will not. So maybe you can turn the whole relationship around that way. But you are free to do that, or you are free to walk away as well. You are also free to walk away because you need to value yourself enough to know when, okay, do I want to stay here? Because I know my source is the divine. So really I can decide whether I want to stay or go. Do I have to keep putting up with this nonsense because I have no choice? No, you're never a victim of anybody else. Except when you decide that you tell yourself that you have no choice. You always have a choice. Now then people could start thinking about, yeah, but what are my finances if I live with this person? But really, I'm sorry, money can be replaced. Your own self-esteem and value, oh, come on. It's priceless. Do not put a value on it. Get yourself into a situation where you're able to grow. Get connected to the divine in a real way, where you know your source. And for goodness sake, leave space for something better to come into your life. Your life is trying, and it is the same for everybody. It's trying to go from good to better to best, but it will only work if you let it. Increasing prosperity in every single area of your life is your divine right if you will let it. The question is, will you let it? So that is my thoughts about all of this. If someone is telling you by their behavior who they are, stop trying to pretend there's something else. Stop trying to pretend that they are someone else. Yes, you may make a decision to stay with them, but see them for who they are, not for who you wish they would be. And then decide, am I going to stay here, or am I going to move away so I can open up my life to something better and greater? Because my life is always trying to go from good to better to best. So that's my bit. Let's try this affirmation again. Tell me, guys, what did you think about that? I want to hear your opinion. My life is going from good to better and to the best. My life is going from good to better and to the best. My life is going from good to better and to the best. Increasing prosperity is mine. Yay, we got it. My life is going from good to better and to the best. My life is going from good to better and to the best. My life is going from good to better and to the best. Increasing prosperity is mine. Let that keep singing and going around in your mind, and start looking at the situations appearing in your life. Are they increasing in prosperity? Is it taking you from good to better to the best? Because I promise you this, the divine, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is seeking to expand you into good, better, best, if you will allow it to happen. If you will allow it to happen, if you will start taking action in the direction of good, better, best, if you will realize where your true source is, instead of holding on to things that are obviously bad for you. Basically, and I laugh. I know it's not always the easiest decision to make, to walk away from a situation, because you might think that there's nothing better, but you will not experience the better until you let go of the lesser. So let go. Let's open up and see what else is out there for you. Forget about what people think or say about you for walking away from a relationship. If you choose to do that, as I said, there are ways around it. You don't always have to walk away. Sometimes you just do, and there's nothing wrong with either choice you make. Please stop judging ourselves for making a decision for our own well-being. Rise up, people. You are born for more. Don't you dare allow anybody to convince you that you are worth less than everything. Rise up, okay? Awaken to who you truly are. Awaken! Okay, then, my loves, share this with someone else. Share this with someone else. If you are needing to bolster, and isn't everybody, bolster your inner world because you're feeling a little bit shaky about who you are, you're holding on to stories in the past and you're not sure how to move forward, then you need to come into the Abundance Library. You need to immerse yourself in new ideas about who you are, what you're worth, and what you're available for. You know, immerse yourself in new ideas, start to grow, start to expand. It's so much easier to walk away from unhealthy situations when you are at a higher level yourself, okay, from the inside, okay? So come into the Abundance Library. How do you find out about that? Just message me the word abundance and I will get the details over to you so that you can start to leave behind the limiting stories of the past and rise victorious in your true design life, which is one of prosperity. Okay, much amazing love. Share this with someone else. Until the next time, let your life go from good to better to the best. Okay? Bye.